What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Untitled Chapter, and in today's video, it's Sunday, so let's talk about football, specifically Minecraft football. If you guys want to know who I have for the Sunday games, let me just scroll through that right now, and I'm gonna tell you every team I got winning today, losing today, and yeah, no scores, just win or loss, because we gonna keep it nice and short. Bengals versus Lions. The Bengals won. Jaguars, the Dolphins, which is playing right now. Dolphins are currently winning, and they're gonna stay that way. The football team's beating the Chiefs. The Rams beating the Giants. The Colts are beating the Texans. The Packers are beating the Bears. The Chargers are beating the Ravens. The Panthers are gonna upset the Vikings. The Cardinals are gonna beat the Browns. The Patriots are gonna beat the Cowboys. The Raiders are gonna beat the Broncos. The Seahawks is going to lose to the Steelers. The Bills are gonna beat the Titans. The Buccaneers already beat the Eagles. Jets, Falcons, 49ers, and Saints are on a bye. Anyways, let's get into it. So these are just more of the newer and improved rules for this upcoming season. So yeah, and the offense is going to get a heavy buff for the season, or not a heavy buff, but just a slight buff. And the reason why is because from what I saw from last season and the past couple seasons, it's kind of been just repetitive play. And if we're gonna use playbooks and stuff, we might as well keep it different, so some teams aren't running the same plays from other teams' playbooks and all that, because I wouldn't just want to stream/play against the same competition, same playbooks and all that. I would want to be able to guess plays and be wrong for guessing certain plays, like how it was when we first introduced Minecraft football to y'all. So yeah, also I would like to see more passing and more time on the offensive drive. I want the defense to work instead of just being gifted. You feel me? So with that being said, we're just gonna get to this first offensive rule, and this is for the offensive lineman. The offensive lineman now officially has to be spread out a block for your offensive formation. Basically, how it goes is center, guard, tackle. Tackles can still be out 2 blocks, but they have to be spaced out. The only time where they don't have to be spaced out is if you're at the goal line and goal line / red zone. So as soon as you hit the 10-yard line, you can have your offensive line like this. You can have the splits be tight as hell. So the reason why I'm doing this is because it allows for more inside zone plays, inside running plays, and because honestly I just feel like it'd be more just more realistic, because you can't put a block in a half to make a half block, so we're just gonna say fuck it and have a full block. Also with this, it's much harder for the defensive line to actually put linemen down in some space, because if they put them in gaps like this, and you spread the tackles out, then they only get one more defensive lineman, because you can no longer have 6 defensive linemen unless it's goal line, just like how the offensive line can't, tighten up their splits. You feel me? So that being said, if you run an odd front, you get 5. If you run an even front, you get 4. And yeah, but even if they do block up the spaces, you still have room to run in the blocks. As long as your lead blocker is good or you have the right vision, this should be really easy to you. I can't wait to see how that plays out, how that turns out. And yeah, that is basically just the first rule. So for those that are most likely going to use the direct snap formation, and what that means is basically you have a quarterback and running back, and as soon as the ball is called, as soon as you call hike, the quarterback calls hike, the running back might get it and run to the right, and the quarterback might lead block, then vice versa. This is what the formation should look like, or will look like, for this season, and it still is a thing to direct snaps. So if you have an off-balance front like this and you're running the direct snap out of it, you can still do that. So I just wanted to point that out for formation purposes. For offense, if you are going for passing, or if you're going for a formation where everybody's out of the box, one person has to stay on the line, the other person can be off the line. So if you're going 2 receivers on the right side, one has to be on, one has to be off, and there's no shifting for being on the line unless you're a tight end. So if you're a tight end, you can shift off the line, you can switch sides and play the other side tight end, but that's it. If you're a fullback, running back, or even receiver, you cannot shift off the line if you are already on the line. If you're a slot receiver, you can just shift on the line. Don't know why you wouldn't want to do that, but you can. If you're running back in the backfield / fullback, you can shift off the line, then go back off the line. But once you're on the line, you're on the line, and you can't get off the line. Speaking of that, if you play as an offensive lineman, your splits can look something like this. Like the guard can be close up to the center. The guard can basically be close up to the guard. For an offensive lineman, if you're a main offensive lineman, you basically can kind of just be anywhere. Speaking of that, the next offensive rule, because this might trip up a lot of people. So far, last rule for offense, and then I'll get to defense and special teams. So for offense, not for now on, but actually, yeah, for now on, for offense, this is the bailout quarterback routes. So basically, if you have nobody open on the field, with a crossbow, you are able to shoot an item frame from a blocked receiver, and that will be a possession catch. The possession catch that was going to be added for season 4 is still a thing, where if you throw it like a couple yards short, they can dive for it and they'll just be down on contact there. So yeah, basically the reason why I'm adding this is because it's a pain in the ass to just switch from snowball to crossbow, especially when you're trying to pass the ball. And if you're all the way like down here and you have to go for a Hail Mary, there's no way in hell, unless you draw up a prayer, that you're gonna hit that with a snowball. You're not always gonna be accurate with the snowball, and I understand how that is. See, like that's basically what it looked like. You just got to get more power on that. So now with the crossbow, you're able to basically just throw out of the fucking stadium, because that's how crossbows do. And man, that was back in the end zone. So that's it. So that's basically it for quarterbacks. Also, for now on, for quarterbacks, unless you're under center, you'll hold out a snowball, unless you want to hold out the crossbow. But until then, if you're in pistol, shotgun, or whatever, you're holding out the crossbow at all times. Then if you want to run the ball, you'll just switch. If not, you'll just stand out here so that you're not forced to be out with snowball. It's basically your own personal preference. Do what you want to do, but now you are allowed to, start with the crossbow out. For the next rule, and this is for the defense, y'all don't have the privilege to blitz. I almost said block, to blitz freely anymore. There will now be a 4-second timer on if you can blitz, on when you can blitz, not if you can blitz. So basically, for every drive, for every first down the offense gets, you get one free blitz no matter what. You always get that one free blitz where you can blitz, and then you can't really blitz anymore. How that's going to work this season is basically, if you're a defensive lineman, you just have to contain. You can't cross the line of scrimmage. You can be on the line of scrimmage, but you can't cross it. You'll just have to contain the quarterback. Then once that timer is up, you'll be able to go get him. If you're a linebacker, you're basically a strong safety, because you are a hybrid linebacker / DB. Because linebackers in this league versus DBs in any other league, they're basically the same fucking thing. They hit the same, play the same, cover the same. It's all the same. So yeah, this allows for more one-on-ones for like receiver versus DB, and it allows for the quarterback to actually react to. That's crazy, but it actually allows for the defense. I meant not defense, the quarterback to react and to get the ball off quicker. Because in the NFL, you only have a limited amount of time to throw the ball. And I'm talking about old NFL. I'm not talking about this new NFL shit where Lamar Jackson can just improvise, Kyler Murray can improvise, Patrick Mahomes can improvise. Nah, it's just downset hike. Got to look at your options so you can pass the ball. Now you're probably confused on how this is going to work for run plays, but if it is a run play, then wherever the ball is going, the defensive lineman or whoever is playing back, you'll just see where the run's going or where you can attack. And if it is play action, then you might bite, which is okay, but you'll just get like a fair warning, and that's what you're gonna have to watch out for. So play action passes are probably going to be key in this season if you run them right. and it just gives more time for the quarterback overall. Like I said, this is for the offense. I'm sorry, defense, but y'all, we just gotta get nerfed. All right, so for defense, this is how it's going to look, and I forgot to add one more offensive rule, but it's whatever. For defense, basically, here's a new rule for you guys, because I know this can be a pain in the ass. But basically, for defense, if you have one of your blocks placed down like that, and an offensive lineman is playing left guard or anything, you no longer have to remove your block. Me personally, I don't fucks with it as much, but it does make sense, so that's why I'm added this. Will pointed this out during the scrimmage. But if you're on offense and you're already at left guard, they cannot just block you out of nowhere. Like if the play's done and ready, they can't just place their blocks there and then automatically be set. If you are there first, then you're not going to get blocked. They can put blocks on the outside of you like that, but they can't lock you up. So basically, if you're an offensive lineman, you basically just gotta be set. You basically just, yeah. And from offensive lineman, you cannot shift from left guard to center, from right guard, or anything like that. So don't even try to act slick with that shit. So, yeah. Now we got the special teams. So for special team rule number 1, punters. For punters, you got to be anywhere between 3 to 10 blocks back, and you no longer have to crouch. Basically, you go off hike once your long snapper, the dude in the middle, snaps the ball. Once he snaps the ball is live. You can punt that thing out the end zone, and yeah. I want to make a rule where if you do punt, you are not allowed to crouch, but I don't think that will go through. We'll definitely have to test it out. And the same thing for field goals. Like if you're kicking a field goal, you do not have to be crouched. But for field goals, basically you do have to be just a tad bit to the left, tad bit to the right, so you can just run up and just kick it. You feel me? So yeah, those are half of the special teams rules. Now here's the final one, and I'm not gonna break any blocks. I'm just gonna get straight into it. This is for kicking off. From now on, you can only onside kick the ball during the first play of the game. So like as soon as the game starts, first quarter and everything, you can onside kick it. And starting off the third quarter, same thing. You can also onside kick it. In the fourth quarter, you can onside kick it no matter what. But in the second quarter and third quarter, and after the first kick of the first quarter, you cannot onside kick. Basically, what you have to do is just kick off. This allows more kick returns and just more fun overall, because you don't gotta worry about an onside kick. The reason why I'm just letting you onside kick the ball at the starting of the game is because if you're feeling lucky, if you're feeling like Pat McAfee himself, then onside kick it. But if not, boot it deep. Also, we have not had many touchbacks nor kick/punt returns, so this is what I hope for. Speaking of punt returns, you can still fake a punt 24/7. I hope you know that. With that being said, man, that's basically all I got for now. And yeah, we out.